this is Dini.
And we're back with the K-pop concert tips. Today I have, we kind of put together a list, not necessarily a list, but like more like survival guide, best practices, and money saving tips for people that want to go to not only K-Con, but also K-pop concerts
in general.
We'll just get right into it, right? So we, like I said, we put together a list into little categories.
First category we have
would be ticketing. So one of the most important parts of going there, you gotta get your ticket, and then
it's also one of the hardest parts of going to a K-pop concert. Very crucial.
First and foremost, you want to make sure you know the ticket release date. How do you find out about that?
Websites. It depends on what company they're going to.
Yeah, like who sells the tickets.
Yeah, but I mean like who's organizing the event in the first place. Like with Powerhouse, they do have, you can buy it on the Powerhouse website itself, or you can buy it through Ticketmaster or AXS or whatever other company they're selling it from. But you can find out through social media. For the ticket release date, usually you can rely on event organizers.
Once you've done that, you've got to make sure you put in the calendar to for the day of ticket release.
Yeah.
That way you don't miss it, and that gets carried over to the next point, which is you got to make sure you buy as soon as that's released. If you can't get a trusted friend or family member to do it for you, just because if you don't buy it right away, it's gonna get sold out within a day or two, and then the next thing you know, the price is resold for like 4 times more. So that being said, once you're ready, you have the ticket, you know you're going, you gotta make sure for the next point is to get into fan projects.
So with fan projects, you can usually find that on information on those projects on Facebook groups. So our tip is to join Facebook groups for the event or RSVP for the event. Usually they have a separate, like the official event page for it, or there are other groups that you can find on Facebook. Usually it's pretty easy to find.
Just type in the event name.
Usually you'll find information on fan projects as well as light sticks. Group order. A lot of people usually like to group order the light sticks because it's cheaper that way. Usually with fan projects, they look for donations. So you can donate to those fan projects and then you'll get like a banner or other things.
Sometimes if they do like a plastic bag, like
there are tons of fan projects like that. And for official merch, we suggest that you buy it online. They usually sell it at the venue, but it's usually more expensive.
Oh, it's so much more expensive. Like a t-shirt usually costs 20 bucks online. You go over there, you pay like 45, 50 just for it.
And with the light sticks as well, it's usually a little bit more expensive at the venue, so it's better to buy it online.
That being said, we have a few things that we trust, like a few websites we trust to buy these official merch, like eBay, some sellers.
Yeah, with eBay you gotta be careful. Just make sure that the seller that you're buying from is trusted. Like you look at the
reviews.
Yeah, the review. I usually go for the sellers that have like 99% and up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then Kpop Mall. Yes, Asia is really nice. And Manju Apparel. And there's also, we actually bought our light sticks for Monsta X from OKBGG. It's also a trusted website, but there are tons of trusted websites. You just gotta do research and look at reviews from other people. Bless you.
Go sneeze. There are cheaper alternatives out there, but buy it at your own risk, I guess I would say. There are, like cheaper eBay stuff. You can even get a shirt for like $5.
Like those bias shirts with like the name of the member in the back. Like you can find a lot of those on eBay. And there are also like Redbubble and stuff if you just want a shirt. Or
if you want one with like their name on it, or
just something
similar to have the group swag.
Yeah, you don't always have to go for the official merch. Just know where you're buying.
Next point would be transportation. So how are you getting there? If you're using public transportation, keep an eye on ticket price and buy it as soon as they're available. Because like for buses, for example, obviously you can't get it too far ahead. If you're flying, you can, and you know, like as soon as you know the date, if you're flying in, you should probably buy the ticket right away, just because, like the closer it'll be to the time, the more expensive, like incrementally expensive it will be, just like with anything.
And with buying the airplane ticket, you can always buy the hotel ticket with the airplane.
Right, like the combo. That being said, if you're using public transportation, you want to check the nearest station, bus stop, whatever, how you're going to get to the venue from there. And again, if you're staying, obviously, like, you know, at a hotel, which would be the next point that we'll discuss, you want to make sure you can get from that hotel to the venue. If you're driving, calculate gas in advance. Their websites will insert them here.
Somewhere.
For the trip calculator, how much you think you'll pay for gas, and that'll be that way you can budget in advance, just like you would with, you know, buses, airplanes, and all that. You can use Parking Panda or Spot Hero to find the closest parking spot to the venue. Oftentimes you'll find non-official like event parking cheaper, but then if it's like a mile away and you don't think it's worth it, then you know, like the closer you are to the actual venue, the more expensive it will be. But if you are choosing to use the official event parking, just make sure it's worth it. Like if you still gotta walk and it's literally right next to one of those unofficial like Spot Hero, Parking Panda stuff, then
go for the unofficial. Yeah,
because it's the same stuff. And like for example, when we buy the official event parking for like any event, you know, any K-pop event at the New York, you know, New Jersey, Newark, we know there's one right there, or like you can walk and there's a door for the event. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. You gotta make sure like it's worth that type of money. Sure, it's like $40, but it's worth just walking to the venue right after and then walking right out to your car after. Lastly, we definitely want to suggest carpooling. The more people you have in the car, as long as it's still comfortable, the easier it is for you to kind of split up the cost. Less, you know, like less money spent, it'll be worth just like carpooling as opposed to just like if you have a group of 5 friends and you're driving 5 cars, it's just going to be more expensive and tiring for everybody. So accommodation.
So for KCON and conventions, typically they'll have discounted housing. You can find it through their website. So if you're going to KCON, you can always book hotels through them because it's much cheaper that way. But for normal concerts, they don't have that, so you can always book through hotels.com, Travelocity, other websites like that, or just go on the Airbnb as well, or just go on the hotel website directly.
Right.
Just try to find the best deal.
Exactly.
And you can always stay with like more people. If you know people going to the concert, you can have people staying in your room and divide the price that way.
That is if you're comfortable with like a lot of people. And those Facebook groups are always helpful
it's really helpful.
Getting people, hey, who wants to carpool, who wants to share a hotel room, who wants to kind of, you know, stay together, that type of deal. So right now, that's pretty much all of the preparation part of it. Right now we'll get into day of concert, you know, like stuff like you need to know to prepare the concert itself.
Depending on what ticket you have, you may have to line up at different areas, different entrance. So you just, if you
depending on the venue.
We ask people around if there are already people lining up, or ask the ushers, so you'll know exactly which line is the one for you. And if you have a GA ticket, try GA as in general admission. If you have GA ticket, you know, standing tickets, usually that the pit, the pit, that's come first serve for most places. So try to get to the venue as early as you can to avoid standing in the very back of the pit. If you want to get a good view, start lining up early so that you can get a better view, so you can be up in the front.
If you choose to camp out, make sure you be safe and read the venue's regulations. Not every venue is going to allow you to camp out.
Also know the area. See how safe the area is. Is it safe for you to be like camping out at 2 a.m. at night?
And then I'm definitely at fault for this, but don't bring any pocket knife, pepper spray. I've gotten many of those taken away just because, you know, I always like being safe, but try to stay on the, you know, safer side, as dumb as that sounds. Right, so
yeah.
And then big backpacks, fan signs are too big, umbrellas.
Yeah, umbrellas.
Most venues let you kind of bring it in, but they'll have you kind of drop it at the door, or like you may not get it back. And then read the event page to see if cameras and gifts are allowed. Most of the times you're not allowed to have like big cameras. I know KCON allowed.
Yeah, KCON allows
last year. Not sure about this year, but double check. You always check. For cameras, usually they'll kind of like hold it for you until it ends, and then you can pick it up. But just to avoid like losing hundreds of dollars of cameras,
you don't want to risk losing.
And then check the weather forecast. Can't stress that enough, and adjust your outfit accordingly.
Yeah.
If you know it's gonna be storming out, then you
maybe
probably
bring a rain jacket.
Right. Like you probably shouldn't just like have a leather jacket and like just a bandeau inside. Just, you know. Well, we went to EXO. It was legitimately thunderstorm out. Like
it was crazy.
It was like
it was windy. It was windy. It was really windy. It was raining really hard. So, and a lot of people didn't have rain jackets or umbrellas with them.
Right.
So they clearly no one checked the weather forecast.
Yeah, it was rough. And lastly, just to be really prepared, you want to make sure you print and keep your ticket, parking pass, etc. Keep them in your bag, like maybe in a little baggie or fold it up. Something that you know you can always keep. Hold the ticket in your hand as you walk in.
Yeah, because they're gonna check the ticket after the back check.
Have it on you just in case, because you know it does get hectic at that time.
Yeah.
So make sure you know where everything is.
Yeah.
You can also like have the ticket on your phone, but some venues don't have good reception.
Some venues don't accept digital,
like the non-right. So just to be safe, I like, you know, printing 2 copies of everything.
Yeah.
We'll keep one in the car in case you need to run out and grab it again.
Yeah. On to the next point. Attire. Wear as much of the artist's merch as you can. If you know, have a shirt or a hat or whatever, try to wear those to at least show that, you know, you're like it. Yeah, you're supporting them.
And then be comfy. Yeah. Don't wear weird shoes like stilettos. Obviously, you're gonna be standing. You're gonna be standing for a long time to line up, and then you're gonna stand inside. You might jump at some point. Yeah. Depending on how, like, you know, how the concert goes. So just be as comfortable as you can. You don't want to be coming home feeling sick or, you know, just hurting your feet. And then adjust your outerwear with the weather. That kind of goes back into the weather thing again. Sometimes I like to bring a hoodie or, you know, some kind of outerwear just in case.
Yeah, maybe cold inside
or outside.
Yeah, because it usually ends at night. So
exactly. And then bring as little as possible in the smallest possible bag you have.
You don't want to be bringing in a huge backpack. That's just gonna get in the way of everything. If you're sitting down, like there's not that much space for you to put down your bag, and you don't want to be losing your stuff.
All right. So lastly, we have the category of concert etiquette. Kind of a given, but there's still some people that just
they get a little too excited and then they forget that there are people around them.
Exactly. To start with,
even if there are empty seats, sit within your designated area.
You have your seat numbers.
Yeah.
Try to sit there first until you know it has started and there's no one over there. You want to make sure you're sitting in your seat.
Yeah.
For GA, first come, first serve, like we mentioned earlier. So stay in your lane and don't push people, please. No, it's not gonna be, you can't avoid it at all times because sometimes there's always something happening, like people push, but try to be as polite as possible. And you don't want people invading your space, so why invade theirs? So be considerate of placing or waving your light sticks or fan signs.
Yes, don't wave your fan signs in front of like other people's view.
The light stick too, if you're going like this and there's a head in front of you, then you might be hurting somebody.
Which is why you don't want to bring fan signs that are too big.
And then we know you love Ubas, all right? And we do too.
Or Lunas.
We do too. Or Lunas. We do too. But keep in mind that people's ears may bust if you yell too loud or if you scream too loud.
So don't scream right like next to someone's ear, you know? Like if you want to scream, at least like try to keep it to
You can do that. Or scream with everyone else, like at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then no one respect the fan chant. Fan chant. I can't say that today. Even if you don't know it, that's fine. Try to go along with it.
Yeah,
or you
some
can
people
just
sing the
clap.
lyrics to the song. Yeah.
You can sing the lyrics, enjoy it,
Yeah.
but respect it. Next is participate when the artists tell you to clap or sing a certain way. This is kind of like a given.
Yeah.
But when they go like come on, let's do that. Next one is enjoy the concert and don't think too much. Have fun. Obviously, we're telling you all these etiquettes, but at the same time, have fun still. Like
Yeah, like with the fan chant, it doesn't always work out here with concerts here in the
Not in
US.
America.
It's harder for us to memorize fan chants in Korean. So you don't always have to know, you don't have to like pressure yourself to memorize the fan chant before the concert. So if you go there and then you forget, that's okay. You know, you don't want to get too caught up in trying to remember and then you miss out like a whole song. You know, you want to be there for the concert, you want to enjoy it. So
and same thing with recording stuff, taking pictures of stuff. Like people that are always on social media and literally snapping the entire concert. Like as long as you can still enjoy it, you do you really. But at the same time, like
you don't want
be there in the moment.
Yeah, you don't want to be just looking at the concert through your camera the whole time.
You want to see the glisten of the sweat. You want to
record once in a while.
And lastly, encore. So not every concert is going to have it. I've been to more metal rock concert more than K-pop concerts, but we've been to a few K-pop concerts that have encore. More organized like convention or events like K-Con won't have it, but it doesn't hurt to check the set list.
With K-Con though, you can't predict the set list.
You won't, but at the same time with individual ones, it might be different for each country if it's like a world tour, but it doesn't hurt to see, just to kind of see the flow. Or if you just totally want to not look at it, feel free, but if you're the type of person that's time conscious like me, that needs to get out, like when I get out, like I don't want to be sitting in traffic for an hour waiting for the concert to let out. Like you can look at the set list and we can enter an example set list right here.
It's also useful to know the set list, so if you don't know certain songs, you can
look
listen to it before the concert, and so you can sing along when the concert comes.
And if you want to leave early also to avoid parking issues, like I said, you can leave during encore or a little bit before, like during their last performance, especially if it's like your second, third time seeing the same group. So that's pretty much it that we have. So if it's your first concert or if you've never been to one, or if you're just thinking of a way to be more prepared for your next one, that's what we're here for.
And you can always ask us questions in the comment section.
Great. So that's it, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.